Has something like this ever happened to you? If you're a normal human being, you must be feeling what I did when this happened. Pissed, mad, upset, even a mixture of all three. The bottom line is, fighting games are stressful.
My main game is Street Fighter 6, and I gotta say, sometimes rounds just end. Certain characters like Zangief and Bison Aki can just make rounds end in 1 to 2 guesses, and there's no worse feeling than feeling like you couldn't fight back. But this is a reality that happens to a lot of fighting game players, and while some will just get off the game or keep trying, some of course take to Twitter and rant about it, which of course will probably get you put in someone's debate video on whether or not this random Twitter guy is correct or not. I think Sajam also said along the lines of, you only enjoy fighting games when you're winning, and there probably is some truth to this. I do have to say that the FGC needs to get better at just deciding what is the game being bullshit or what is just their own fault that they need to improve on. I know saying this doesn't fucking mean anything to the fighting game community, so I'll put it in a tier list since this is all people care about. So, as you can see, Street Fighter 6 to me is probably the most stressful, and then the other ones like Tekken 8 and Guilty Gear just kind of get me aggravated, especially when I'm fighting certain characters. And everything else is like, who cares, right? Those games are like irrelevant now, no offense, Granblue. So what's the next step here? Like, what is the point I'm trying to make? What I'm trying to say is, in this time, especially with each game we get, like ever since Street Fighter 6 even, just it's been more mentally taxing, and just sometimes you feel like you've been robbed out of something you deserved or something you won, even though it probably could have been prevented, but you still feel entitled to what you did. Like, for example, one thing that big happens is when an anti-air misses. And usually when an anti-air misses or you mess up an anti-air, you most likely will lose the round because of, just how important a jump-in is in Street Fighter. So I actually believe that there should be like a set of rules that people take so that they can relax while in a game. And, obviously playing for an hour straight, whether you're winning or losing, is just extremely draining. A game, and now hear me out on this, if the game detects that you are losing, just have been on a progressive losing streak, it should give you a warning to maybe take a break for a couple of minutes so you can get water or just relax. On a deeper level, I believe that, and I know Street Fighter 6 started to do this with the whole you can fight someone like yourself kind of thing, but I wish there were better ways to get the answers to your problems, right? Because if someone's losing and they just don't really know why, it kind of feels even worse, and they tend to, mostly feel more entitled to things that they don't know that they're doing wrong, right? So maybe if there was a way to get coaching, or maybe a way to reach out to pros to get help. I also believe this is the major reason why a lot of people are dropping fighting games. It's not because they think it's too difficult, but it's because they don't really have someone on their side that's really going to help them. You can simplify all the controls you want, but understanding fighting games is a lot harder than just watching a YouTube video on how footsies work. No offense to those guys, of course, because I know that's how I learned, but that's also just not enough for a lot of people to get past the mental side of it. This is a lot to ask, and generally I wouldn't expect any of this to actually be added, but I think it is important to note for future fighting games and for future updates. So to wrap it up, I think I'll talk about what I do when I generally get stressed out. So after losing around 3 to 4 games straight, and there's probably a perfect somewhere in there, I tend to take a little break to collect my thoughts and physically take care of myself, get myself some water, use the bathroom, take a little walk, because I gotta say, being physically okay is very important. Talking with a friend, right? That doesn't mean venting, but just talking to someone nice helps you with your mental. And at worst, I make a YouTube video hoping to help others since I can't help myself.